Good day and welcome back to another week of Talking Technical. And first of all, I just want to quick look at the USD ZAR, the Rand. Remember, we know that now we've got a beautiful head and shoulder formation. It's all in the play. Everybody believes that the Rand is going to 17 Rand or even 16.56. And I see some analysts say that the Rand should be 11 Rand to the American dollar. Well, that sounds great, but at the moment, for the short term, I'm looking at this stochastic and I'm seeing some positive divergence here. I see a falling wedge building here, and everybody hates the dollar now, but I can bet you a dollar if it's above 17.32, this falling wedge might kick into play, and then we can go to 17.50. Yes, it is early days. We will probably see when it turns around, it will be a slow start, but when it starts to go above 17.50, things can quickly turn out to be very nasty. In actual fact, we hear this, that the dollar is now the weakest currency in the world. Now, it struggled a lot, and that's why you see that everybody's running to other currencies, and the Rand is also benefiting from that. Well, let's have a look at some of the requests. The one request is palladium, and that is, of course, from Gerard. Gerard says, Frans, can you maybe just have a look at the palladium price? There's the palladium price in US dollars. Now, Gerard, I mean, there's the place where we called the bounce, but let's look at it. It had a beautiful rally, and if I look at this chart, it looks like that there's a lot of fighting around this 1,280 level and see if it can go higher. But look at my stochastic. My stochastic looks like it wants to show a negative divergence. And look at these candles. These candles tells me that there's a lot of uncertainty around this 127, 1270 and 1280 level. And I'm going to give you two levels, Gerard. The one is to see the extension, because remember what we see here. We see a possible double top. There's a top. There's another top. But of course, above $1,300, it can easily head higher, because a lot of people say that it must go much higher. And then where will I see the first sign of technical weakness? That will be below this candle, this long-legged doji candle. That will only show me a sell-off there if it gets below 1,214. Above 1,214, the momentum is to the top. It looks like there's a decision-making period here. Just keep in mind that a lot of the counters on the gold side, the aluminium side, silver, all those counters had massive rallies, and even the physical prices went up a lot. Why? Because the dollar is very under pressure, and that's why people are running to commodities as a safe haven. Let's have a look at Coronation, and that was also, I think, isn't it, if I'm not sure, was the request there from the lady. Let's have a look at Coronation Fund Managers. I mean, this share is really surprising to the top. Remember, always shares like Sanlam, Old Mutual, Momentum, all these shares, they are nothing else than proxies in the market. So if the market does well, they usually do well as well. They also perform well. And you can see here, I mean, since July, it went up from around 38 to 44. There's a beautiful, what we can call a triangle here. Let's have a look. I think it's it is a rising wedge, but the rising wedge is still in the making. It's not yet breaking to the downside. We're in the middle of that rising wedge. The 50-day moving average is a beautiful support. So the momentum is still up. It can easily reach for 46.51 if it reaches the upper band of this rising wedge, and only below 44.63 we can maybe see a sell-off in Coronation Fund Managers, but I think that will concur if the market also comes under pressure. So at the moment, momentum to the top, and if I must give you a target to the downside, there you are. It will probably take it down to 41.63. But by the way, Coronation is also not a bad dividend payer. Well, let's have a look at Sasol. Mohammed asked about Sasol. He says, Frans, I would like to buy it again. And by the way, this week, all the requests came on Twitter. So thank you for that. It looks like a lot of people use what we call Twitter, but nowadays we call it X. So let's have a look at Sasol here coming back. Remember, there was that massive inverse head and shoulder. I just want to go back there. It can easily, there it is. I just want to show you. There you are. There was the left shoulder. There was the head. There was the right shoulder. We reached the first target. We didn't reach the second target. It's coming under pressure, but it is oversold now. But if you do want to buy it, Mohammed, maybe wait for this test of this line. That's 101 Rand and 81 cents. Then maybe we can see a test, a nice positive goodbye keys, bounce off here and then move higher. Always remember, a test of a support line is very important, and if it can turn around there, it is positive. So either wait at 101.99, but if you want to chase the momentum up, the 50-day moving average is giving us a beautiful clue here, and that is sitting above 108.55. Above 108.55, we can maybe see some momentum to the top building in. So I've got two options. The one is either buy it at this neckline, use a stop loss of 9,738 as a stop loss, or buy it above the 50-day moving average and then use this support line as your stop loss, 101.99. Let's have a look at Sibanye. Who asked about Sibanye? Oh, it was Babu. Babu, well, there was the descending channel. It broke up to the top. It gave us a beautiful rally. But unfortunately now we're looking at an oversold situation. We look at the lamp pole formation. We look at some upper shadows on the candles. This is, by the way, a daily chart. And where's the little tiny little gap? There's the gap. I think if we do see a pullback, we can maybe reach for this gap. I just want to have a look there. Let's just see. There you are. All right, it can maybe close this gap if you really want to buy it in again. And that gap opens up at 41.22 and it closes at 40 Rand and 72 cents. Maybe that's the place to buy it, but the 50-day moving average holds beautifully. That is sitting on 39.94. So I will not buy it at the moment. I do see a lot of tweezers here after the lamp pole formation. Where will be my first sign of technical weakness? There's my technical weakness. There you are. And that will be below 46.54. And as always, if it moves above this high of that candle, that's 52.07, it can easily reach for even higher levels. Now, by the way, I've got a friend of mine. He struggled at 15 Rand to make a profit out of it, and I think eventually he took a tiny little profit and sold it out, and now the share is running at 49.72. That's a strong move from 18 Rand, let's call it from 15 Rand to 49 in a matter of a few months. Let's have a look at Valterra. Remember, this is that platinum counter. It was the old Anglo Platinum, and I mean, this share had a beautiful rally. There you can see it gave us a tiny little pullback on that support line. There was the consolidation. Now, usually what we see is if a share runs, it gives you a beautiful consolidation. It can rally from there again, but I see a divergence here on the stochastic. And if I look at this chart, and for me, this, I'll show you now which candle is actually catching my eye. I mean, everything is now going for commodities. But if I see an ugly bearish engulfing candle like this one, that's quite a strong candle to the downside. That confirms for me that there is some sellers around. So I will say, wait for it if you want to buy it. Maybe time to take profit. Where will be the place to take profit? Below 1,170 Rand and 60 cents, and of course above 1,294 Rand and 41. It can actually head higher, but out of this lamp pole formation, it can maybe pull back all the way down to this consolidation phase, and that was there. Let's have a look. And interesting enough, a lot of people believe that shares cannot pull back. I disagree. This market can pull back. It had a massive rally. And where can it pick back to? This 50-day moving average sitting at 949.37. And the upper band there's, let's say, 1,006 Rand. So, yes, it can pull back there. Maybe a place to buy there again, because everybody believes that the era of commodities can go actually higher. And let's finish off with the VIX. Now the VIX, of course, we know is the volatility index of the American market. And somebody asked Frans, don't you see, I think it was Felicity, don't you see a Darvas model here? No, I do not see it. I do see a symmetrical triangle. I can quickly show you. There you are. If I take that and I take that line, I just combine the two for you. There you are. There you are. I just want to do that one correctly. That is just to use those 3 pointers. That's one place, 2 places, 3 places. And if I then take this candle and I do a move to the downside, it gives you a symmetrical triangle, and this triangle will only break above 16.98. Let's make it 17. Above 17, it can break to the top, and can you believe it? It can maybe take the VIX all the way up to, let's have a look there. So it looks like there is some uncertainty building up in the market on this rally. It can maybe take us up to maybe 22.45. So there you are. Thank you for watching the show. As always, visit our website www.fransdeclercq.com for more info, and let's chat again. And thank you for sending through your requests on Twitter or even on YouTube. See you. Bye bye.